I'm Bernie Leving, Congregational Care Pastor here at Palma, Ceia United Methodist. Welcome to this week's PrayerCast. I will remember that day forever. I was on Landing Zone Jane, about 25 miles south of the demilitarized zone between North and South Vietnam. It was a Friday morning, April the 5th, 1968. And I had just walked over to the mess area and picked up my breakfast and walked back to my office tent and turned on the radio. Immediately, I heard on AFVN that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had just been assassinated in Memphis. Remember, there are about 12 hours difference between that time zone and Vietnam. Friday is the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And of course, Monday is a federal holiday honoring Dr. King. Dr. King's words and nonviolent approach to making change in our country had and continues to have a positive impact on my life and ministry. I know that not all of you watching the PrayerCast today will necessarily agree with my words about that impact that he's had in our nation. But I hope you will indulge me today as I tell you some of his words, especially these about love that have had such an impact on my life. Dr. King said, "That old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing." He said, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend." The day before he was killed, he gave a speech in Memphis in which he said in part, "Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop and I don't mind. Like any man, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. And I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord." My prayer for us this week is that God would give each of us the sure awareness of God's presence, that in whatever difficult days that may lie ahead for us, we may have the grace, the peace, the strength and courage to not be worried, to not be afraid, but to do God's will and to be happy and secure in God's love. Our prayer today is adapted from one of Dr. King's published prayers. God, help us to never let anybody or any condition pull us so low as to cause us to hate. Give us strength to love our enemies, to do good to those who despitefully use us and persecute us. We thank you for your church that challenges us to do more than just sing and pray, but to work as though the very answer to our prayers depends on us and not on you. Keep us in perfect peace. Help us to live together until that day when all God's children, black, white, red, and yellow, rejoice together in our common band of humanity in your kingdom. Amen. God bless the rest of your week. Hope to see you in church on Sunday.